Hey, hello, what's up, guys? I just quickly wanted to make a video about thunderdragon Runick. Yes, you heard that right. I made this video before Joshua Smith. Suck it, Joshua. But yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I will make more videos. This probably kind of a one-time thing. Um, But yeah, I just felt the need to really discuss this deck because it's close to my heart. It's when I started Yu-Gi-Oh! When this deck was at its full potential, or it was at full power. Um, uh, and now with the news of Colossus getting unbanned, I felt like it was a good time to make a video about it and try and innovate the deck a little bit because the ceiling of the game has raised a lot since TOS format. Um, but yeah, I feel like with how I made this deck right now, it's definitely a viable contender. I feel like it's gonna be very, very annoying for your opponent. I can tell you that. So yeah, let's quickly go over the cards and discuss their purpose. So yeah, let's first we'll show the tuners. I'll have the Vision Resonator. Um, it's just a great tuner. Being able to recycle them, being able to use them as discard fodder is pretty good. Um, and yeah, it's just a good card. I don't know what else to say. The other very, very good tuner is Assault Synchron. Um, I don't know why people sleep on this card so much because it's insane together with Bestials. Because of the graveyard effect. Besides it just being able to summon itself for free, it has a crazy graveyard effect. Where if you tribute something, you can, if you tribute a dark dragon synchro, you get to revive it, which is insane. Just gives you free bodies. Um, Lubellian tributes that triggers the effect. So you get to summon this back and um, now you have a banished Assault Synchron that you can summon back and you can make another rank 10 with. So yeah, that's pretty wild in my opinion, but yeah. Then the actual MVP of this deck, Batteryman Solar. This dude is such a gangster. Like, he does so much for the deck. Um, he basically generates 4 bodies essentially. So you could it's very easy to make Appaloosa in this deck. Um, yeah, sending Thunder Dragon Roar, banishing it with the Bestial is just so good. It feels nice. But at the same time, you don't need this to resolve. It's your only normal summon, but um, it does hurt when it gets hit, but you can still do so much without it. This getting impermed is not bad at all. It doesn't matter. You still have all the runic stuff and all the other stuff, the tuners, the bestials. Yeah, but yeah, that's the only normal summon. Then the bestials we already kind of discussed it. They have synergy with a lot of stuff in this deck. Um, the bestials are essentially combo starters. They are hand traps as well, big bodies. Extenders. Um, but yeah, they are also combo starters in this deck. Being able to banish your thunder dragons. Sometimes you can even refresh your hand with a hawk. Just casually mulligan your hand. um, but yeah, I was debating Baldrake, but I felt like 2 Saronir is better. Being able to send Lubellian is just as good. Like I said, it has synergies with this deck, so you want Lubellian in your grave. So yeah, the Thunder Dragons. The generic OG Thunder Dragons, they are basically here for discard fodder, um, and also fuel your graveyard with lights, um, and essentially fuse them. You know, I decided to play two roar and only one dark and only one hawk because it does kind of suck to draw them. Um, so I went with a smaller engine, but of course you can test around, have two of everything, or three dark. You know, it's all still in its like young stages. So feel free to like experiment with the ratios of the Thunder Dragons. But I felt like this is more than enough, and I didn't want to break, so that's why I have these ratios. Um, yeah, spells. There are a lot of them. Yeah, Branded Regained is very, very, very good in this deck, especially because you get to draw, you get to revive stuff, and you also it has some unfair synergies with SP Little Knight and Omega. Um, you get a draw and they don't get their card back. That's essentially what's happening. But yeah, Thunder Dragon Fusion, it can make Titan, and Titan is pretty good, but I'll get over it when we discuss the extra deck. Talents, Draw Power, and Board Breaker. Yeah, good card. Fountain, also a good card. And then we have 16 runic spells. I'm still playing around with these ratios, but I feel like this is pretty solid. I don't think that you need more. So yeah, I'm not gonna discuss what they do. They're runic spells. But yeah, the extra deck. Cheng Ying, bro, let me tell you, this I'm so glad they banned Baron because that just made a place for this guy, and this guy is insane in this deck. It 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 does stuff when you banish stuff, and you banish a lot of stuff. So just say Dispater. Dispater, honestly, the best synchro in this deck. Um, like I discussed before, um, it can bring stuff back from the banish pile. It can bring back whatever you need. So in this deck, you kind of want to be mindful of what you banish, because you might want to banish like a Vision Resonator to revive it, or you might want to banish a Magnamut to resummon that the next turn. So yeah, this and you always have a monster negate because there's always gonna be stuff in your opponent's banish pile. So this card always being a monster negate, being an extender, yeah, good. Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon is mainly in here just to climb into Dispater. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just to climb into Dispater. Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel, you can make it very easy in this deck with a light and a dark. Um, yeah, I don't make it that often, except going second is nice. Um, being a board breaker as well, and just being a big ass body. Um, but yeah, Chaos Angel, good card. Herald of the Arclight. This guy is insane. It's like the second floodgate in this deck, and it's an Omni Negate. You can very easily make this with Hugon and any level 2 tuner. So essentially, you can make yourself a Nibiru proof, because Nibiru is gonna be more of a threat now without people being able to spam Baron. I feel like more people are gonna be playing Nibiru. So this just insulates you from that, which is very good. Omega. This card is so unfair. Omega in this deck is insane because you essentially get to resolve it twice every turn. And they won't get their shit back because of regained. So take that for what it is. And Martial Metal Marsher is essentially a combo piece where man, I never noticed that it has guitars for feet. That's pretty funny. But yeah, Martial Metal Marsher is a combo piece that allows you to make a extra level 8 besides your regular end board, and that extra level 8 is Omega. IP Masquerena. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain her. She's good. SP Little Knight. I'm sorry, budget players, but this card is absolutely mandatory in this deck because I don't think there is any other deck in Yu-Gi-Oh that uses this card this versatile and to this extent because it's interruption, it's a extender, and it's yeah, it's a combo starter essentially. So what I mean by that is you can banish your own stuff, which can greatly benefit you. So just putting that out there. Appaloosa, the one end board generic negate piece that they didn't ban that can very easily be made in this deck. I'm glad they still kept this. It would have been fine if they banned it, to be honest. But it's just a good card, so while it's here, I am going to be playing it. Colossus, yes, he's finally free. Welcome back, my boy. I have missed you so much. Yeah, draw and lockbird on legs with protection. We have imperm, it's gonna be fine. Thunderdragon Titan. This card I was not sure about at first, but once I realized that it has some synergy with some of the runic spells, it became a lot more crazy. Just being able to pop extra cards, it's not once per turn, it's wild. And then we have Yugen to search the fountain, and we have Guri for the recursion, I guess. Yeah, but that's the extra deck. Um, I feel like it's pretty solid, but do feel free to experiment with it and let me know your findings. I'm very curious about what this deck can do, what will go in this meta. I feel like it has a good place in the meta. It just needs good pilots. So it's up to you guys to bring this deck to the next level. And yeah, here in the side, I had some options that I was thinking about before coming up with this list specifically. We need Link Spider in there, by the way, because that is also an option. But yeah, let me quickly go over what all these cards in here mean, why I thought about them for a potential card in this deck. Duality. Duality, yeah, Joshua Smith popularized this card with his Bystial Runick deck. It's good. It's definitely good, but it's not needed. I feel like it's a win more card. You don't really need to dodge imperms with. It's nice though being able to have a extra tuner, but I don't know. I couldn't find the space. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's stupidly good. But yeah, that's for you guys to figure out. Dragoon. That's may be crazy, but I was considering the Horus engine, and this is a level 8 spellcaster. So that would be nice with duality, being able to make Dragoon before you commit to any place. But yeah, Wallow is just a generic good card, being able to disrupt your opponent's graveyard, being able to steal stuff, and just boost the attack of all your cards. Being a massive OTK machine as well. But I felt like um, I didn't need it, or I didn't make it enough, because you need the level 6s to synchro with. So you usually don't end up with 2 extra level 6s that you can use for Wallow. But it's definitely an option. It's very strong. Yeah, Vampire was mainly in here for if I was running the MSETI, just being able to mill stuff is very good. Being able to special summon stuff, like a battery man or a tuner, it's very good. Um, I was running that with Ringo Worm because if you mill this, it's very good essentially. Yeah, but that's if you are playing Imseti and all the other level 8 stuff like the Scarlet Dragon Archfiend package. And then if you decide to do that, you can also play Coach King, because actually funny interaction with this deck. If you have a Scarred Dragon Archfiend and you tribute it with Lubellion while having Synchron in the grave, you can revive this, and also have the regular Red Dragon Archfiend, which now you have 3 level 8s to make Giant Trainer. So that's pretty good, but I feel like it doesn't fit in this deck. Um, I should probably make a different video about thunderdragon Horus, because it has a better place in that version of the deck. So let me know if you want to see a video about the Horus version of this deck um, in the comments. Yeah, and while you're there, give a like or something. I don't really care about, if you want to dislike it, you can go ahead and dislike it, but I'm just putting this video out there for information purposes. I don't really want to gain anything out of it. It's just I love this deck and I wanted to show you guys what it can do. So yeah, the other options, Beast. It's a good card. It's definitely an option, but I felt like it was a little bit bricky. But it does say Tribute, which can also trigger the graveyard effect of Assault Synchron. Um, but yeah, this, when you open this on its own, it doesn't do anything. Where if you open this, it doesn't. It's actually nice to open this. It doesn't matter if you open this. But if you open this, it kind of sucks. So that's why I decided not to play it. But it's definitely an option. Stardust Charge Warrior, just for draw power. It's a level 6 as well. Also kind of inspired by Joshua Smith, the Tri-Edge Master. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, I don't feel like we need much more draw power, because yeah, we have enough. I feel like, but it's definitely an option. Do play around with it. So you just go dread, same thing. It's also draw power. Um, this one is probably the closest one of being able to make it into the extra deck out of all the cards in the side. This card is very good for Runick especially. But yeah. Link Spider. Um, yeah, you just use this. If it was an option for me before, to use this and the token. Because like I said, this guy just generates 4 bodies essentially, but one of them is a token normal monster. So that's why you make the Link Spider, and then you have enough to make rank or Link for Appaloosa. So yeah, that's it. I don't think I missed anything. Um, I'll make a quick combo video probably later. I can show you a screenshot of an end board so you know kind of what to expect. Honestly, it's kind of crazy if you look at it. It's kind of hard to believe actually. But yeah, yeah, do come back for that video because I will be explaining the combos. But yeah, that was it for now. I hope you got something out of this video. It's kind of long, but yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, I hope you play around with this deck. Yeah, all right, goodbye.